I just hate that stigma because I feel like, especially with gay black men, like I don't like the fact like they feel like, oh, just because I'm gay I have to be feminine. Like there is a such thing as masculine gay men. Like that is a thing.
People, welcome back. We are bringing Baron back to the seat, to the hot seat. Not for him to be in the hot seat, literally, but for us to give him a chance to speak his truth. I feel like the first time around, I was a little passionate, and it's only because I know Baron, he's a dear friend, and I was a little passionate about him getting his real truth out, being a little more vulnerable, a little more open, and he was resisting a little bit. But this time, he said he's ready to be open, himself, and free, and we welcome that. So, without further ado, Baron.
Hello, Governor.
Okay, so let's get into 3 words to describe yourself.
3 words to describe myself. Baron now.
Just Baron, yeah. If you feel like there's a difference between Baron back then and Baron now, you could do a compare contrast and then do 3 from the past, 3 from now.
Okay, that's nice. I like that. So 3 from the past, very, very reserved. I was more quiet back then.
Yes, you were.
Always been a go-getter, I would say that.
Mm-hmm.
Baron now is very jovial, outgoing, and I would say still ambitious. Yeah, I'm gonna choose those 3.
Okay. That's interesting though, because you said back then you were reserved. Versus now, you a little bit more
out there.
So, get into that. Like, what brought this change about? And that's like a wonderful change. Like,
I would say what brought this change about. As you get older, or as me being highly spiritual, once you just become comfortable with who you are as a person, and like you just don't want to hide anymore. It's just like, hey, I'm here. This is who I am. Whether you like me or not.
Hello, you show up.
That's fine. But guess what? I'm not dimming my light for anyone.
Hello.
So it's like I'm going to be here. I'm lit. It is what it is. But I would say like it actually feels good to not have to like hide who you are. Because like no one has like this is not, I'm not Jim Carrey, this is not The Mask. I don't have time to keep putting it on, taking it off. Like I don't want to do that. It's like, hey, I'm here, this is who I am, this is what I do. But how I am now is like I get a lot of love.
it's crazy though that you say that, because back then, yeah, you were reserved, but as soon as you walked in the classroom, like we all gravitated to you. Like, we just already like, we gonna be his friend. Like, all of us. First of all, he sat by one of our other good friends, and I was sitting in the back, but I'm like, dang, he gonna be our friend. But he sat with her, and I'm guessing she was thinking the same thing, because we all got close. Like, even though you were reserved, we still gravitated to you, because it's really not like what you speak outwardly. It's an inward pull that brings people like closer to you and like make good connections.
Yeah.
So you don't have to put on a persona or front. It's just when you walked in, your spirit spoke to us. Like,
You
we
got
were
smart
friends
too.
like this. I did.
You got smart with me too in class.
You wanted to sit by me to cheat on my
I did.
paper.
I definitely
and then
did.
our friends said, you can sit by me, you can look at mine.
I'm not gonna lie, cause like
I was joking though.
even these pants remind me of like when we was in high school, cause like y'all made those jeans and they right at the bottom.
Yeah.
It was like had a different type of jean in the middle. I was like, them girls fly as shit. Like I was, and it was like so pretty. Like I was like, that's gonna be my friend right there in my head.
Yeah, I was
like,
thinking the same thing.
Like, I mean, Randy clip, and I was like, oh, this my.
You was cool with everybody though. That's crazy though. You was saying that we was saying the same thing. Like he dressed so nice. You was just so quiet. But
And this is back when
me doing that. That's how I became your friend. Saying that. That was my way of coming in. You know.
What did it feel like? Because I feel like, okay, so me personally, I always been a person that I just feel like I was always a rebel. So I just felt like, okay, me against the world, it is what it is. I don't follow rules. That's just always been my mentality since a kid. Maybe I used to listen to Tupac. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But when you, how does it feel? And you know what? I can answer this question myself, and I might answer it for me but I want you to answer it too. So, having to wear a mask, you know, when you leave out the door, you put on a mask, and then when you come back in the house, and then you look at yourself, and you're just a totally different person than you were outside. I want to ask, how does that feel? For me, I feel like I was in that predicament one time, but it was in a relationship, right? So the person that I was in a relationship with, he was more connected to my superficial self. So when I started stop really caring about being interested to other people, my superficial self kind of left, you know? I was getting tapped into my soulful self. And so it kind of became a clash with him. And I started feeling like unwanted because I would wear my natural hair and he'd be like, you want me to buy you some tracks? Like some bundles? And I'm like, no. But I started feeling like a little inadequate. Like, am I not enough? So I felt myself masking who I truly was because I still liked him. And unknowingly, you grow up, you become wise, and you realize, like, dang, I was stepping outside of myself to entertain him. But when I was in that situation, it wasn't comfortable because the emotions that I felt behind having to do that, I just felt like I wasn't enough. And I always felt like he would be looking at other females and stuff. So I had to get back to my superficial self to deal with him,
to please him.
Yeah, and it wasn't a comfortable feeling, and I'm glad like I'm not in that situation now. And my relationship, my boyfriend that I'm with now, he just like he don't care how I look.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, you go to bed at night, you take off. Well, y'all with wigs now, but you put your wig on the little counter, you take off your eyelashes, you take off the makeup. Took off the lipstick. It's like, okay, this is who I am. I'm with Silly tonight, with her braids all everywhere, but this is my baby. But as far as like having to,
how did you feel when you had to come to school and not be able to show off your sexuality the way that you wanted to show it all?
It wasn't comfortable. Yeah, it wasn't comfortable. But I never been a type where like, hey, I'm about to walk down the street in a pride shirt with a rainbow shirt on. I'm still gonna be dressed like this. But to like wanting to have a boyfriend in high school and walk down the hall, see him, hold his hand or kiss him, it's like, oh, I can't do this because someone's gonna say something. And how my mentality back then was, it was totally different than it is now. But it's like, you do become uncomfortable because you feel like you gotta put on the whole front. Like now I gotta like perform for these people. I gotta act like this certain way, knowing I'm not really like this. And back then, especially in high school, it didn't feel comfortable.
Did you ever feel weird about like? I know when we was in school, a lot of us was like coupled up and stuff, and I knew you was messing with females and stuff. But did you ever feel like dang, she walking down the hall with her boyfriend. I wasn't walking down the hall with my boyfriend.
Yeah. I definitely felt like that too. But the type of dude, especially back then when I was in high school, I always attracted street and hood dudes.
You wanted like the high school boys anyway that was going to the school. Did you?
Ooh.
Okay.
It was a couple.
So like piggybacking off of that, because it was people that you liked at the school. Was it times where you knew that they would like you also, but y'all couldn't because of what everybody else would think, and because that person was closeted or wasn't ever going to come out? Because I think it's some people who they're not closeted. They just, I know you dealt with like down low guys, right? And it's some guys who they're never going to live that lifestyle. So I guess you could say they are closeted, but they will have women, kids, all that, and still try to live this lifestyle like underground, under wraps, so nobody would know. They're never going to come out of the closet. Like,
No, it's not.
So how does that feel? Like,
it's not fulfilling because it's like, oh, I can talk on the phone after this hour because my baby mother here, or we can't hold hands walking down the street because you worried about what somebody else want to say about you. Versus me, I just was like, I mean, what they gonna do?
did that used to like get with you, like affect your self-esteem or make you feel like
Did it ever make you
you
feel
wasn't worthy?
It never affected my self-esteem because I'm like, you want me, so you're here, but at the same time, it's like we would never be 100% happy together because like you're dimming who you are just to please society, and you don't want people to say certain things.
Yeah.
So it would never be 100% fulfilling for me.
was you ever like upset with any like the baby mother or anybody like that?
No, it happened to me.
You felt bad about them. You felt bad for them.
As I gotten older, I did, because I'm like, okay, we doing what we doing here in this bedroom. Then once you leave me,
Go with her, and she has no idea.
She has no idea. Then 9 times out of 10, you definitely gonna kiss her in the mouth because she's your mother. And as I got, and as I got older, it's like I don't want to live like that. Like it is, and even though the dudes I was talking to, oh my goodness,
Good looking.
good,
Got
looking,
everything going on.
We could just get along, right?
And
We
it
got
just can never
along,
be.
but it's like we could never be because it's like you don't want to be real with yourself.
That gotta be heartbreaking. I would be like heartbroken because you probably found so many guys that you could have like seen yourself with,
Yes,
and
and
it
it
just
was.
like it could never. It's like chasing something you could never have.
Yeah. I have a question. It's probably a 2-part question. But now that you like are mature in being who you are, do you feel like the type of men that you messed with back then, do you feel like maybe it was kind of like dimming your light?
Yes.
Okay. And then the next part of that question was like, okay, do you feel like those down low men, like how do you feel in terms of like them trying to be in your face or doing something with you, but then laying next to a woman, sleeping with a woman and not giving them the respect to know that like, you know, I'm laying with somebody else? Because I think regardless of who it is, you owe the next person the respect to say,
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that, and that's why like some of the disagreements came because it's like you doing that, and like but you really like me for real, like you want to be here, but you just put on this whole front and it's nice because you don't want society to say anything about you. But it's like, dude, do you know what you just did in this bedroom? Like you really turned up in it. And another thing that I didn't like, they be like, we could cuss on her, right?
yeah.
And they be like, well, you got the best of both worlds because you talk to dudes and females. but I'm not hiding who I am though,
Yeah.
and I'm being honest and upfront. And like all the females that I have dealt with, like
Did they know back then though?
when I was in high school, no. Once I got out of high school, this was like this is a situation. And what's so crazy
Did
is
you apologize to them?
too
The females that didn't know that
in high school. No, because we wasn't really together.
Well,
Even when I was talking to,
A serious relationship you had.
I never had no serious relationship with my Angela.
Okay.
And the only person that was my girlfriend back then was Water Place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she know?
well, did you apologize to her?
Well, people would tell her certain stuff.
And she didn't believe him.
She didn't believe it, but at the same time, she was messing with girls also.
So maybe she was with it. Like some.
And
I think
most-
That's what I think.
And most of the
I was
females
about
I
to
dealt
agree.
with, like,
they are comfortable with
they
it.
comfortable with it because like they was also being compromisers also. So it's like you can't really say nothing about me because like you doing the same thing. And it was like they call them lipstick lesbians. So like the ones that I would see, I was like, "Oh, you really talk to her?" And they was like, "Yeah, I don't like studs."
Okay.
Okay.
Or the ones that are the lesbians
The
that
femme
like.
on femme.
Yeah.
Lipstick lesbian.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cute.
That is.
I was about to say, I think that some guys, and this is to the guys who are afraid to not like live in their truth, and they are like misleading their wives or their girlfriends or their children moms or whoever it is that they with. If they misleading these women, it's better to be honest. It's a lot of women out here that is okay with it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of women out here that's not okay with it. But you're not giving that woman the freedom of choice to choose. Like, you're not letting her exercise her amendment.
Exactly.
The right to choose. The right to taking away her amendment. Which one is it? Is it the first one?
The first one I think is freedom of speech.
Yeah, the first one is freedom of speech.
Well,
totally
let's
agree
not
with
get
that,
the government, but whatever it is, you're not letting her exercise that amendment.
I totally agree with that. Like,
Let me choose, and if I
Yeah.
choose to walk away, be okay with that.
cause it hurts more if you're going through it and like you always being told a lie. Cause that's gonna mess up your trust with not just that person, but with the next person and the next person. Cause you're gonna carry that energy on. Cause it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't trust somebody. I was lame with this person, but they did this, and that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then how devastating it would be. First of all, for a female, it's already devastating enough to find out your man is cheating on you.
Yeah.
But you wake up and you find out your man cheating on you with a man. First of all, we cannot compare with men. So
They
this
can't compete with women either.
But this is what I'm
Exactly.
saying. Exactly. So if you like a man, let me know. Cause I'm never gonna be enough for you. If you want a man, I'm not a man. I cannot fulfill or please you the way that this man could. So let me know so I can choose if I want to deal with that. Because every time I find out you cheating on me with a man, you are destroying me
And that's
as a
facts.
woman.
That's facts. And it's really a challenge that I have seen, especially being bisexual. Women think, oh, he gonna need me for a man. Men think, oh, he gonna need me for a female. It's like, damn, I just can't win.
Right. Oh, I mean,
But you
to be with you right now.
Yeah.
Focus on that.
But again, like I was saying, it's hard because you can't compete with the opposite sex. Like, I
Exactly.
can't fulfill you how that person can fulfill you. So you being
How do you know that?
you can't, because we don't have. Come on now, Burn. They say the man's throat is different from a woman's throat. Burn, I can't do that.
Sexuality isn't the only thing that keeps a relation. I think he's seeing it as though like sex shoots. At the end of the day, sex
It's not
isn't the only thing that's gonna
No.
keep.
But even
Exactly.
still,
Okay.
the way I look, everything, like you might want to lay on the hard chest. I can't get it, baby. I can't get it,
No, but if
baby.
Me being bisexual,
Men and women think different emotionally. I
And they
can't
do.
be. I'm a little more emotional than your man friend.
So explain for us on the outside how how you talk through those situations. Like, okay, say you're in a relationship with a guy and he's randomly feeling insecure and he's like, oh, you hanging out at the club, I see you close to this girl, do you like her? And vice versa. You decide to be with a girl, she know you bisexual, you had a drink with your bro and she like, are you your bro? Like,
Yeah.
how,
I have dealt with that.
okay.
My second,
Dang, I just didn't even think about that. That's like
and it's a real thing.
a double one you can't win with.
And that's why I just said that. Like my second boyfriend. No. My first boyfriend. I let him know. Mind you, he had a whole daughter now. But I let him know I was bisexual, and I was talking to this girl when we had broken up. I had a birthday party at my house. She came over, stuff like that. And I let him know, hey, I was talking to this girl while we wasn't together. She's gonna be here. We get there, we playing Uno, drinks get the flowing. He starts talking to her, like calling her, like just making fun of her, like this being real shady.
Because that's what I'm saying. Men be shady.
Said I ain't got them titties.
That Jones is big as shit. That Jones is big, but like me and her, we never did anything sexually. Like we just used to go on dates and like stuff like that. But I would let him know, and I had to put him to the side at my birthday event. I was like, why are you doing that? And he was like, you know how I feel about you. But still, like, bro, that's a female. Like, just chill out.
But that's his competition.
But there's no competition, though. That's not.
But in his mind.
So do you ever feel like you get one from the other that you don't? Like, do you feel like you get one from, like, something specific from men that you don't from women or vice versa?
For me, it would only be physically.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think you are like, I think you might be attracted to women because you like women's personality kind of. You like being around females, but it seemed like you more so sexually attracted to the man, but you more like physically attracted to all like look wise like the woman.
Yeah.
What is it called when you're
Intellectually.
Yeah, when
Sapiosexual.
I have a friend who's like that. She's bisexual, but she likes both men and women, but I think she identifies as like pansexual or something. It's
I heard of
you're
that before.
attracted to people's intellect.
Yeah,
So-
it's
no,
not
so
about
that's
their gender.
That's sapiosexual.
Sapiosexual.
Yeah. And that's how I am. Like, and I'm a geek. So it's like, if you can get me mentally, you got me. Because it's like, okay, you could look good, but it's like, can we sit up here and have a conversation?
So who gets you more mentally? You feel like women or men?
I would say both, but where I'm at now in life, I'm more physically attracted to men more.
Okay.
Because I like a man's body. Like, I like pecs. I like when they got that little fat ass. And then, like, you know, a man's G-spot is in his ass. So it's like, when we have sex, it's just like, this is happening. But I mean, yeah, I am like more attracted to men more. And it's like, I can see a female walking down the street and she be like, you are handsome ass man. And I'm like, baby girl, you are so fucking pretty. And I be honest, I be like, I like the men's. And some might be like, oh, okay. Some of them don't care.
Yeah,
You know, some of them really don't
And
care.
it's
I know
okay.
some that don't care. That's why I say I think men are more undercover because they just think that if they come out, then they might not be able to talk to women anymore, and that's not the case. And this is for men who are attracted to both. Mm-hmm. Now, some men, they just undercover because they just don't want the world to know, but it's some men that just don't want to lose the woman.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of men that are on the DL, like they do this whole thing where like, from what I have had conversations, they say, "Oh, I want to make my parents happy. I want to have a baby to please my parents." Because
And they can do that and still be themselves.
That's easy. That's easier said than done. That's just
I know, but it's going to be hard. But if it's worth it, you gotta put the work in.
Yeah, and just be yourself.
Mm-hmm. Because I think when you're not,
you're making your life harder.
you make other people's life harder too. Because some people come with their attitude,
and you're not.
It's horrible because they not being their true self.
You're ultimately not doing anything for you or fulfilling yourself if you're doing other things to make other people happy.
Mm-hmm.
You like in a prison, a mental prison.
And there's nothing worse than being in a mental prison.
I'm sure. Like, I'm
It's nothing.
sure.
Like, you can drive yourself crazy. I dealt with this one dude a couple years ago, like in 2022. I took him to like a house event, like a house game night. We walking up the steps about to go in there. He like, oh, I hope I don't know nobody in here. He ended up knowing the girl that was in there that he went to high school with. Mind you, she didn't even remember this man. He the one that was so insecure. And he came out, he was like, I know you. And she was like, from where? And he was like, well, we went to Flowers, such and such, blase. And she said, oh, okay. But when we left, we had like a whole talk. He was like, I feel uncomfortable. And I was like, why? Because I was like, I'm very affectionate. So I was like, Miss Pan Uno, I was like, hey, boo, it's your girl. He looked at me, he was like, I want boo now. I was like, do I not call you that? Like, I always,
in front.
Oh,
Yeah.
because they was in front of people.
Don't embarrass me because you're not comfortable with your sexuality.
Exactly.
But did you not know? Was he in the closet?
I didn't, because most of the time that we spent together, it was like one-on-one. It'd be at my house or we go to a bar. But like, we never like hung out around people together. So as time went on, I noticed like when he would talk to his baby mother on the phone, like it'd be like he would just kind of like hide certain stuff, and I was like, oh, he must be on the low.
Yeah. So y'all never had that conversation.
No.
You don't know from the get
Yeah,
go.
and I
Like,
didn't know, but I'm like, I was walking down the street, you came at me. So
Is that a conversation that like in the LGBT all them community in that community is it a conversation where you do like, okay, you meet somebody and you're like, are you out? Or is it just
Yeah, I was
something
about to ask
that comes out further along the line?
honestly, for me, I never had those conversations because it's just like, you came at me. So it's like,
you thought
In the
he was
public?
open.
yes, in the public.
So
I be
you
walking
thinking-
down the street and dudes will be blowing their horns. Hey, what you put on your bed? Oh, I like your outfit. You want some smoke?
Oh, that's their pickup line.
You know what? I don't even think if a guy's down low, I don't think he's would even tell you that.
And
You
that's
will
why-
have to see their actions because I think he gonna put on this front like he with it, he this, and but then when y'all are around people, then you'll see the little changes.
Mm-hmm.
Where
And
it's
that's they
like,
try to put on.
yeah, it's like I'm your boo now in public when you don't even know. But that is a conversation that you should have.
Yeah, because it'd take away situations like that one when you caught him boo and he like, because in front of everybody,
That is
I'm boo
embarrassing.
now. Like that's just wild.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly. And just the night before,
I was
you
boo bed and everything
Boo bed,
behind
you doing all
closed
this and
doors.
this, like you had your ass tooted up in the air. Been
oh my god.
Like,
I be hearing that. I ain't want to go down there because I be hearing that
So
one.
how does that make you feel though? Like outside of the like you say, you know, we was just last night, but like in that moment, how did you feel? Because outside of wanting to maybe like swing, what else? Like don't even embarrass me like that.
it's like you a hypocrite. Like you fake. And it's like Murray was saying, like we never had that conversation because I never thought it was a conversation to have. Man, so
Exactly.
you came at me on a public street. It wasn't like, oh, I met you on a dating app or we been sneaking around. You came at me. So I'm thinking, oh, hey, this is how you get down, blase. I'm comfortable with myself. It's fine. But you're fine just with me. And when I was dealing with the elders, all of them would say, I love being around you because you make me feel comfortable. I feel like I could be myself.
Of course they can behind closed doors.
Exactly. But when it's time to walk down the street and if I want to hold your hand, you can be like,
I got a question. Have you ever had an experience with a guy who was with it and everything, and then after y'all did what y'all did, they just like, what did I just do? Like it mentally just like, oh my God, I just did that. I heard a story before like that, but
I have heard stories too, but for me personally, no. Because
okay.
like, all the ones I attract, they really like me. Like, they be wanting to be with me.
Or do they tell you don't tell nobody? Or
No, I never dealt with that.
okay.
I never did.
I've heard stories. The guys like,
I have heard stories
don't
too.
tell nobody, or they just after they done it, they just mentally
Like, what the heck?
like it was a shock.
Okay, let me ask y'all something then. Do y'all think it's possible for a man to be curious, right? Experience that, and then they have that shock and just be like, no, this not for me. Would you still label them as like gay, or are they straight and they just seriously was just curious about something that they tried and didn't like it?
So for me, I feel like you don't know what you don't like until you try it. So
Okay,
if you had that one experience and like, okay,
it ain't for me.
it's not for me, that's fine, that's okay. But a continuance of action of that, you like it.
Because they have porn stars that are gay for pay. I didn't know that.
And they not gay.
Yeah.
They're not gay porn stars, that they're gay just to get paid.
That's
for.
on that show Beauty and Black.
I did not know this.
They do that just for
I'm
money.
just learning this now.
Yeah, that's on the Beauty and Black. It's a strip club, and the guy, depending on how much, they gonna be gay if you want them to be gay.
But I feel like the ones that do it consecutively, like, they end up liking it. Because there's no way, that's just like saying, oh, I'm gonna do coke. And I did it one time and I didn't like it.
But what if you might have lesbians that are porn stars and they sleep with men just for the money? Same thing. They can, porn stars are actresses, P stars.
And they don't do that with a sober mind also.
Yeah, they're actresses, so they're acting.
Yeah, it's true. So,
how do you feel though in this moment, like
about life?
Yes, like where everything is going.
Right, especially with
how do you feel?
Like what the recent. I don't know if the LGBTQ community feels like their world was shaken with the more recent news. I think they may have felt more protected if Kamala.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. I've heard people speak on that too.
Yeah, I'm definitely like not afraid, but how I feel now is like I just feel like this is a time to like really just be who you are and just accept who you are. Like they were saying, this whole year has been a year of unveiling the truth.
Yes, it had this whole freaking.
And I can say, like, for me, this year has been so challenging.
Yeah, this is challenging. Yeah.
For me, from my recent breakup with my ex, he just recently texted me back. I know you want me back. Job wise, financially, like
it's been hard.
It's been hard, but I had like a sit down moment in September, and I'm still sitting down now. It's like one thing I have realized was better be true to yourself. Focus on yourself first. Everything else gonna line up, and to start my own businesses, work for myself, because it's meant to. And no shade to people that work 9 to 5, but it's like I know I have the type of life where it's like it's not meant for me to work that life. It's meant for me to be my own boss. Yeah,
and the job world is a circle of life. We all have to coexist together in order for businesses to thrive. So, exactly. 9 to 5s are meant for people, and being a boss is meant for people. And I bring that up because I know it's a lot of people in this age that we in. Everybody glorifying being like a business owner and stuff, and it's just people that's asking questions like, I mean, I never wanted to start a business, so where do that leave me? And I'm like, it leaves you where you are, and that is okay.
It's so fun to be a corporate
It's okay. It's definitely okay.
We still need, our people at CBS. We still need our buses. We still need like people.
Circle of life, baby.
Like everyone is not meant to be a boss.
Exactly. And you can still be a boss even if you are working.
Exactly.
Everybody just not exactly.
You could be making so much in your 9 to 5 that you don't think about entrepreneurship.
Exactly.
And some people don't.
I was about to say that
responsibility also. And they don't want to like deal with like, oh, this is too much work. I don't want to do this today.
Yeah, because it's tough.
It is tough, and that's why it's not meant for everybody. Just like everybody's not meant to be a manager. Some people, you could be at a certain company or a certain department at your job for like 5 or 10 years, and people can be like, hey, you could have moved up by now.
Man,
some people
I'm
like,
not a
no,
good supervisor,
Me
and I
neither.
was before, but supervising was not for me because
some-
I'm just too nice,
Me
and
too.
I let people do what they want to do. Like my job, I was like a Democrat.
Like, not fire people.
The people are the voice, and when the people speaks, I gotta listen. And my friends used to always say, like, you gotta be a little bit more tougher. And I'm like, I understand where they coming from though, because I was a worker with them before. So I understand. I'm always going, no matter if I'm running a big company, the boss, the CEO, I'm always going to have the mindset of the worker, because that's where I came from.
And that makes a great business.
Yes,
That makes
I
a
gotta
great
stay
business.
grounded and stay humble. So I'm always gonna have the mind of the worker first. So I'm like, I'm not a good supervisor.
Man, they
I don't have-
they told me I had to write somebody up. I said I will not. They told me you still acting like you a courier and not a supervisor. I will not write this person up.
Yeah,
No.
Cause even when I was at Georgetown, when I was a union rep, like I had to like basically be a lawyer for my coworkers.
Yeah, oh, you was a union rep.
Yeah, at Georgetown, and I used to go to meetings every Wednesday. I used to get off work early, but like even the meetings I was going to, especially with like the people that was older than me, like y'all older than me, y'all know what y'all came to work to do. So it's like I'm not chastising no adults. Like I had to like basically be their lawyer when they had to like go to these different cases, and I'm like, I work with you. We work in the same department. Why are you taking a break at 8:30? You just got here at 8:00. I'm not telling you what you need to do.
So speaking of like work, do you feel like your sexuality has ever, like that people have ever treated you different in those spaces because of how you identify?
No, they love me.
And okay,
I think you might get more jobs
Burn.
because of it.
but see, this is the thing though. Baron is presented as when he's okay.
You don't
know.
You
Yeah,
can't.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
So for somebody that's more flamboyant and maybe with nails and lashes and stuff, it might be different for them because Burn can. He's present himself as a man, fully holy. So I don't think.
As a man, Damon.
Is that why you think you don't have those issues
Yeah.
versus somebody that may be more with, long hair, lashes, nails, and
It's because especially like in the work world, like when I would tell people, "Hey, I'm bisexual," they'd be like, "How?"
see,
I'm like, "Because I like both sexes," and they'd be like, "How do you do that?" I'm like, "I do it because I like who I like. Like it's that simple." And the whole mindset of like people thinking, "Oh, because you're gay, you have to be this girl." No, that's not the case for everyone. Like I just don't believe in it. Just because like you gay, you gotta be like, "Oh, hey, bitch," or have on lashes or wear girl clothes. No, that's not the case for everyone. That's not my stilo anyway.
That's interesting because it just made me think about how we don't always. It's okay for like a female to go through that stage of being like a tomboy and then they grow out of it.
Yeah.
But with those feminine gay men, it's like a one size fit all.
Yes. Gay does not have a look.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I get that all the time.
It doesn't
People be
have
like,
a
"You don't-"
look.
People will be like, "You don't look gay." I'm like, I know that, but it's like, I know I like dudes, and I probably could get you a brother.
But you know what though? Because I think it's because it's not, especially back then, it wasn't shown as much. Like now we have TV shows where it represents gay men, like The Wire, Omar.
Yeah.
Gay,
And I feel like that
everybody
was the
loved him.
first-
Everybody was scared of him.
But
on
we
the
was so
show.
like,
but that was
what?
the first show, and
That's a good point that you just said that.
they don't show that. They're starting to, but for us growing up, we did equate feminine little boys. Oh, he's gay.
He's gay, yeah.
That does not mean that. But what if us labeling these kids at a young age prompted a lot of them to become that?
Yeah.
Because when we were in elementary school, there were little boys that there were whispers about like he's gay, and I know they heard them. I mean, whispers are loud.
I mean, you label a child a juvenile, they start acting like
Exactly. You say they're bad, they're going to end up in jail, and that's what happens. So, what if we played a role in help like pushing some of these boys into these roles just because they feel like, well, I'm feminine, so I guess I'm gay. Yeah. That might not be the case. You just might have a little bit more feminine qualities.
Or were raised by women. I know women who were raised by women. They say feminine things sometimes and maybe move their hands a little feminine, but they love women. I've never, my friends have been like, oh, you don't think so? No. And I got a lot of gay. I mean, I don't know the gay when I see it, but if they tell me, I might know. But it's like, I don't think that you should assume that just because.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
It was a condition, though.
It is.
It wasn't something that, like, you just woke up and we knew it. We were conditioned to think that, and it's still happening today. And it's been times I've seen like anybody grow, they're younger, and somebody might like, I think he want to be gay when he get older. He grow up and he like girls, like.
Yeah, because
they don't know.
Because they base it off of whether or not he's playing with a doll baby, but. Being gay is actually being attracted to a man. Just because your son is picking up a doll baby don't mean he's attracted to men.
Exactly.
Like, so it'd be a lot.
Because it's crazy. Because
like if your daughter want to play football.
And girls play football. And some girls are rough. Football is fun to some girls. That does not mean that they're going to grow up and they're going to like girls or they're going to be butch and eat. Even if they like to dress like. You have girls who like to wear baggy clothes, and that doesn't mean they're lesbian.
I used to wear baggy clothes too, and I'm gonna tell you why I used to wear baggy clothes. It's not because I wanted all my clothes to fit big, and it's just because I didn't like getting attention from grown men. Like I never wanted to walk past a grown man and he looking at my body. So I always wore clothes that was too big. Like you ain't got nothing to look at. Yeah. Don't look this way. For real, just to protect myself from predators.
Don't you jump.
Not because I'm attracted to women, but just to protect myself from predators.
Yeah, I understand that. That definitely makes sense. But like, gay doesn't have like a. I just hate that stigma because I feel like, especially with gay black men, like I don't like the fact like they feel like, oh, just because I'm gay, I have to be feminine. Like there is a such thing as masculine gay men. Like that is a thing.
Well, what about the fact that like gay men also stay in a closet because they feel like they're gonna lose their straight friends?
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's also like when you say that you're gay, you're outwardly gay. You have more female friends. More females are accepting of gay men than straight men are.
But even to pick
it take them a minute to like they have to. It have to grow on them.
The females?
No, your straight men friends.
But
like
even
when they find out. Not the ones.
Bisexual.
Not the ones that.
I honestly feel like, and go look at the camera. Most of you dudes that care about what a gay man is doing with his penis or his ass.
No.
They are on the low.
No,
a straight man is not going to care about what another gay man is doing. So
no, I'm talking about being your friend and being comfortable being around you in public. You think of a man?
They be like that because they had this mentality. Oh, he gonna try to talk to me. Because straight dudes be thinking all gay men want that. No, that's not the case.
No, that's not the case. But I know some people, some guys who felt very betrayed by one of their good close friends. They friends again. They cool it back like they never left. But in the beginning, it took them a while to come into terms with it, and they thinking back like they felt betrayed. And I asked them, I'm like, why y'all doing all that? Y'all saw him being feminine when he was little. Y'all knew he was me saying y'all doing what we just said we do. But we all felt like this person was going to be, into man when he got older because he was a little girly when we was young, right? So I'm like, y'all already knew that since he was young, so why y'all so upset now? And he said, we feel betrayed, and they are entitled to it. And let me tell you why. We as boys, we hang out, we all sleep in the bed together sometimes. Was he looking at me in the bed? And they are entitled to that. They are. So they are entitled to feel betrayed by that. If we all was laying friendly in the bed together, I don't know. When I went to sleep, was you trying to put your thigh on me? They entitled to that.
Because I would be betrayed by my friend if me and her shared beds. We, girlfriends might take a shower together, anything, and I find out later down the line that she liked girls all that time, and she did not tell me.
A little violated.
I'm gonna feel betrayed and violated. I don't go that way, so why would you not tell me? And are you sneaking peeks at me?
Yeah, I would have never got in the shower.
That's a problem.
I would have got in that shower with you.
And I understand where both of y'all are coming from. But for me, that's actually living like this, I owe you no explanation of who I'm sleeping with sexually.
No. You don't owe nobody an explanation for who you sleeping with sexually. You don't. But if you grew up with your man, y'all used to sleep in the same bed, sometimes take showers together, play football, tackle, you play center, they was tackling you. You might have liked when they was tackling you. They feel betrayed by that. Like their minds is thinking like, damn, I tackled them. I fell on top of him when we was playing football. He liked that shit. Like he liked that shit the whole time. Like they are entitled to feel betrayed by that. They are entitled to that. You don't owe them an explanation on why you like who you like, but as a good friend, y'all, I should have told y'all. Like I should have told y'all, because then they have the freedom of choice to still be friendly in the bed with, like not in that way, but one up here, one down here. Like when y'all sleeping in the bed together, one up here, one down here. They have the choice to say like, oh no, I ain't getting in the bed with you right now because I don't know, you might flip a leg on me when we sleep or something.
Even though you said I might flip a leg, if we've been homies for however long and I never made a pass at you.
But they don't. Here's the thing. You never openly made a pass at them because you was not openly. You was still inside.
And I don't want you because you're my homie.
But you don't. But they don't know that. That's what I'm saying. Their mind is going somewhere else. If me and you have a sleepover, right? I would be comfortable, okay? I sleep in the bed with Burn, cause Burn is just my friend. It ain't, we never did nothing. Burn don't look at me like that. And I have a boyfriend, right? So I found out tomorrow after we slept together, you was looking at me sexually. I'm gonna feel violated by that. You never made a pass at me, but you touched my thigh last night. You tried to touch my thigh.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm going to feel violated.
It's understandable for them to feel that way if I violated you. But if I never did nothing, if I didn't violate you, if I didn't make a pass, and if I didn't come at you sexually, why does that have to change once I tell you?
Y'all are friends.
It don't have to change.
And your friend's supposed to, it's like you hiding a part of you. Our sexualities, whether we like it or not, it's a part of us, a part of who we are. And as your friends, they want to know, just like you want to know every part of them, they want to know every part of you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's just what makes
then they feel like they don't know
relationships. And once you tell them something that they thought it was the other way all these years, they looking at you like a stranger. Yeah. They don't know who you are. That's why they are upset. It took them a minute.
Are the friends going to make it comfortable enough for me to even express that?
After they come in terms with it, and here's the thing. Everybody have to be okay with and allow people to move at their own pace with and when they come in terms with something. If women, we accept it easier than straight men. We gonna accept you, we gonna open our arms quicker than they are. Just like I said, they cool again. Back like they never left. But they needed to set some boundaries. They needed to be sure that, all right, if we gonna still be friends, you can never look at me like this. You gotta set boundaries in situations like that.
You do. And that's why perfect example of the story I was telling Key earlier. I don't know if you heard the whole thing, but I had to cut off a homie of mine, claiming he wanted to be my homie, but he kept coming at me sexually. If we homies, I don't stick with my friends. So that's why I cut him off, because it's granted, we did do stuff years ago, but as I have gotten older, I'm like, listen, I'm in a space where I'm like trying to build friendships and like have positive people around me that's like doing crypto, buying houses, building businesses. That's what I want to be around. But every time I hang around you, you always coming at me sexually. You never want me to leave your house. You always want me to spend the night over your house. You never respecting my boundaries. And you always coming at me sexually. So I can see, like, based off your two friends, and you said they cool now, but it's like, if I don't come at you sexually, if I don't even look at you in a sexual way.
But this is why they feel violated, because they don't know if you ever look. You get what I'm saying? They don't know. That time we all had to take a shower because we was in a rush. I don't know if you slip or look at me. That's what I don't know if you snuck a peek.
You gonna look regardless.
Because I had a situation. We was on a class trip, and me and my best friend, we in the shower together. Nothing sexual. We best friends. We take a shower. My other friend hops in the shower with us. Cool. We're good. This is what I'm thinking.
It's all girls.
All girls. I found out maybe a year or two later that not my bestie, my best friend, but the other girl looks at me in this type of way. Because she propositioned.
That makes a difference.
She propositioned me for something before, as far as like lesbian, whatever. So now that I know this, if I would have knew that before, you would have never gotten a shower with us to begin with.
And that's why.
And now I know how I need to move around you, because I don't. That's not. I don't get down like that.
Which means
this is why
that's
people want to know.
This is why if
that's someone who actually was looking at you.
But listen, she didn't know.
I didn't know.
She didn't know at the time. She found out later in life that dang, when we took a shower together, you was looking good in it. Like, what?
So would you feel violated if you friends with someone, you're building a friendship with someone at this point? Like you said, you want to be around like-minded people. Mm-hmm. You and a person develop a friendship. Let's say y'all almost a year into the friendship, and this guy decides, okay, this is my time to like let him know I actually like him, or I'm gonna try to, shoot my shot. Yeah. Would you not feel some type of way?
I definitely would. But that's knowing that you have an interest in me. But if I'm your friend and I have no interest in you.
But you didn't know he had an interest in you until a year later. He wanted to be your friend the entire time.
He
pretended he wanted to be your friend the entire time.
Well, that's the perfect example of the dude that I just cut off. Because it's like, you say you want to be my friend, but you keep making sexual passes at me. So
but you could see you have the inability to understand the man's perspective when they feel violated, even when they don't know. Like, even if you didn't make a pass at me, automatically when I found out, oh, you like men too, my mind is going crazy. Like, dang, all this time you probably was looking at me, even though you didn't make a pass, because you probably didn't make a pass because you were scared to make a pass. They don't know why you didn't make a pass, or they don't know that you don't like them. The only thing that's going through their mind is you like men, and all this time we've been kicking it this tough. Like, dang, what if you was thinking of looking at me?
If they don't even. How would you go about like navigating that? Like, okay, this is middle school, high school Baron, realizes, okay, I like men, or I like men and women, and you got your solid group of friends. How would you tell them in a way so that they're not thinking, Baron is gay, but how do I know he wasn't looking at me the entire time? Or how do I know when he was at my house this night, he wasn't thinking about, trying to do this? Like, how do you navigate that? Because I think what they're saying is that if you don't let them know, like say you don't let your friends know, and you just come out on Instagram one day, hey y'all, I'm tired of, I'm about to live in my truth, I'm gay. How do you think your friends would feel?
I think, and that's great that you just said that.
Yeah, you.
I had an ex-best friend. She used to like me, but she got mad because I didn't tell her, because she thought my first boyfriend was like my best friend. But it just came out later on because both of their birthdays was in July, and they vibed off that. But she felt betrayed because I didn't tell her that he was my boyfriend. But I was like,
You don't understand why she felt betrayed.
I don't understand.
What if she liked him?
She like me?
Yeah, she like.
But okay, what if she like you, but she know that y'all just friends, so she was gonna shoot her shot at that. Like it's important to know your friends. Like
She didn't know. Did she know that you were bisexual at that time?
No.
Okay.
She didn't find out until I told her that he actually was my actual boyfriend, not my best friend. Because she was like, I never
she
seen him
felt
before.
betrayed because she was into you.
Yes.
And
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying though is like most people be betrayed when they feel like the other person likes them or vice versa.
No, I'm
gonna say that
They don't even have to like.
you can still feel violated. I'm telling you, if I found out that my friend is into girls after I done slept in the bed with her, close with her, and I found out tomorrow that you like girls, and I want to be able to choose if I want to be in a bed next to you if you like women. Or I want to choose. I want to choose. My freedom of choice.
Because girls, they had their gay friends, right? Girls get naked in front of their gay friends. So they like, he don't like him, he like guys. And then 3 years down the line, they found out you bisexual or you really like girls and you don't like guys.
Like me all alone.
I've been getting naked in front of you all these years.
Because I'm doing stuff I wouldn't do around you.
I'm moving different. Exactly. That's exactly.
That's what it is. It's just I'm doing stuff that I wouldn't do around you if I knew that you was into me or if you was into what you was into.
Females. Oh, and I to understand both perspectives.
Let me ask you a question before you finish. I'm sorry, cutting you off. Have you ever had a crush on any of your straight friends? Or looked at them at any type of way, but they're straight. You know they straight. Y'all hang out. Y'all buddies, but exactly.
But I never made a pass.
It don't matter. It makes them feel some type of way that I didn't know that you were into men and I was around you all this time and you like me. That's
even if you don't make a pass, you got eyes you can see. You probably be looking.
Yeah,
and all that.
And what they're saying,
and it make them feel betrayed.
That's how men usually feel when they find out. That they're friends.
Exactly.
It don't matter how long they know you because it's information that you withheld, which you probably feel like you're in your right to withhold for us, until you're comfortable. For some reason, the reaction of the hyper masculine man is to go, oh, he's liked me the entire time.
But in your defense, I do understand how scary it is for y'all to come out around y'all straight friends, because even from being a little girl, I see boys always talking about no homo with their group of friends. So if I am the gay one in the group, how do I tell y'all that I'm not gay when all we do is crack gay jokes and say no homo about every little thing? Then I'm already know that y'all gonna hate me if I tell y'all. So I do understand. I understand that.
What percentage of men you think gay?
It's a lot of them. That's the whole thing. And it's not even that they're gay. Most of them are bisexual. And they be like, even like with hood dudes, they rather be around their homies more than their girl.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say that make them gay though.
I'm only talking about experience.
The girls be naggy and they just like.
No, I'm saying they be questioning it. Like I have a few friends that will say that, like, oh, he hanging with his friends all day. What he get? Like that's. And I hate that. I hate that. I hang with my friends a whole lot. Masculine.
Your female friends.
The next assumption is.
But a man not gonna say that.
I don't believe that though, because I don't believe that all men that want to hang out with their friends more is gay, because I'm a female and I prefer to hang with men because I think they are fun, funny. Girls, it be a different vibe, a different energy when you around guys. They cracking jokes, they laughing, they joning on each other.
Some of these girls nag too much.
They
be trying to get away from that.
Walk in the house and it's all 21 questions is all this. Why you ain't clean this? Why you ain't take the trash out? Peace, I'm gone. I'll see you in the next 5 days. I'm about to go back outside, so I ain't got to worry about somebody judging me and criticizing me. So I
bro love is not gay. Like Guys love their friends, and I'm not gonna say they gay because of that.
But they do
because I love my friends too.
They do so. I just want y'all to understand from a man perspective.
You just have the experience. You know that it's a lot of gay men out there. I understand.
But I'm not even gonna say they bisexual because they got baby mothers and stuff. They do a lot of like gay stuff. Like it's no way. Even when I was,
I believe you on that.
I believe you.
But I'm just speaking for the straight guys. When I'm speaking for the straight guys that feel betrayed or violated.
I definitely like. I really understand that.
Because if you like one of your straight friends, that is a betrayal. Especially if they straight and they you know they straight. If you like
and that's
them,
why I never
like
made a pass or like did anything. It's okay to just be like, okay, my friend is attractive. But if I never made a pass at you, I don't flirt with you. I never like try to get you.
And you don't never tell nobody. Yeah. Don't tell nobody you like them.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with like having a crush on people. But like just to yourself, you just find that person attractive. But based off me having respect for you and your sexuality, I would never disrespect you like that. Because if you my real friend, you're not gonna come at me like that.
Yeah.
Knowing
I agree with that.
Like I don't get down like that.
But we just saying that when they find out, they are entitled to their feelings also. Like that, my friend did not tell me a part of them that I should have known. I think I think people should know that. Even like
people have to make people comfortable enough to tell them.
They do, and that's what we need to say that. Like
everybody have to work on it.
Everybody have to work on that, making people feel comfortable
to be who they are.
To be who they are in a safe space, like with no judgment.
Cause say like perfect example, if I was like gay, and
what is gay?
This gay, and I'm not bisexual.
Oh, you're saying say if you were fully gay.
Fully gay. Yeah. And what if I'm around you and I hear you just bashing gay men. Oh, I want my son to be gay, blah, 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 blah. I can't deal with that. But you love hanging around gay men. You think I'm going to be okay with
exactly. It make you feel some type of way.
I'm not going to want to tell you nothing. So I tell you, you be like, oh, you're going to throw it in my face. 9 times out of 10, you probably don't want to be my friend no more. So it's like, people always be like, why didn't you tell me? Not to me, but just as far as society. Did you make me comfortable enough to tell you this?
But that's why I said how the boys probably didn't feel comfortable saying who they really were because their friends do the gay jokes and all that. So exactly. I do understand that. But me knowing that I have a gay friend, I would never intentionally, or I would be more mindful of saying anything offensive about gay people, even though I don't feel like that way. Like, I love gay people. I have gay family members. I have you. Like, I don't have a problem with gay people at all. But for some people, there might come a time where, because they don't know who you are, they might say something. And guess what you need to do? Nip it in the bud right there. Like, I am a proud gay man. And if you're going to be around me, respect that I don't feel comfortable with you talking like that about other gay people. People need to make that clear, too.
And another thing,
protect yourself and your family members, too, that are gay. And because I wouldn't be around nobody that's gay bashing. And I know, like, look, my child is gay. I'm going to let you know. You need to know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then I also think we have to fix it on both sides.
Yes.
I'm a person that stepped in both shoes. So if we want to address one side, we have to address the other side. We have to stop taking what people say personally about us. Because if I'm right here venting about I don't want my son being gay, I'm not talking about you. And you still should find a way to be comfortable within yourself, even though I'm sharing my story with you, because as my friend, I just want to talk to you about something that I'm feeling, and I feel like I should be able to talk to you about anything. No, I shouldn't be gay bashing, but if I'm sitting here telling you like, dang, I would prefer my son to be straight, I don't want you to feel offended by that. And so my thing is with people, I think we are too sensitive and we take things too personally. Like what somebody else is talking about have nothing to do with you. And I'm able to say this because sometimes I be out and I have all kinds of friends. Like, I don't discriminate on who I hang with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a person that's always been kind of like a Weight Watcher, and it I don't know why I'm like that. It's not to bash anybody who is thicker in size.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say, dang, like if I'm talking to my friends in general and I'm just like, dang, I need to go to the gym, I'm getting a little too big, like I can't fit my clothes, I don't want my friend right here who is bigger in size to be offended by that.
Yeah.
Because damn, I wasn't even thinking about you when I said the statement. Yeah, so it's like sometimes when we be too sensitive, we put people in situations where they have to walk on eggshells.
Yeah.
And that's uncomfortable as well.
But I understand it though.
I understand both
I understand
sides.
what you're saying too about you watch your weight. And when you saying that around, you don't want your friend to get offended, but sometimes it's inevitable. Like they're going to be offended either way because but it depends on how you're speaking. It all depends on how you're speaking about the situation. Because if you're like, oh my God,
no, I'm not saying it like that.
But I'm saying some people do, and they'll have a friend right here that's overweight, and they'll be like, oh my God, I just gained 10 pounds. You still have to watch.
You do
how you say things,
but that's in any situation.
I think that's what makes the difference because
because I'm telling you, when I said it was not like that, and it's just my point. My point is I encourage all of us to find confidence within and don't look to other people to validate us or to make us feel accepted or non-accepted. We got to find that self within ourselves, because if we don't, then we just going to be getting offended by what people say. You got to be confident in yourself, because somebody can say it in the right way, but it still makes that person feel offended. And it's just like what Byrne said, especially if they insecure about it. And I think the insecurity is what makes a difference. Because you around with somebody that's 100% confident and sure of themselves, it's not nothing you can say,
exactly,
bad or good, evil. It ain't nothing you can say to make them feel unsure of themselves. But it takes us individually to go inside of ourselves to find that confidence. Yeah, and when we're seeking it from other people, we get offended from the things that they say, because we're seeking validation from them. We seeking them to give us compliments. So when they say something just a little bit out of line, even if they didn't mean it like that, we get offended.
And that comes with being aware too, because we had an episode where we was talking about that, like when somebody is saying something, it's like you looking in the mirror and all you doing in your mind, you're thinking about yourself and you're comparing to what they say. And they could be like, say you say, I like French fries. And then you just come out your mouth and say, I like fries too. Because you're already in your mind thinking about yourself already. So whatever somebody says is going to be a comparison.
Yeah.
So if you're saying that you don't want to be big and that person is big, to them, they're thinking about them being big.
And they think
you're talking about them. It's like looking in the mirror like, it's a weird thing, but
it's something that we all have to, like, we have to be aware of what we say, but we also have to, like, also be confident in ourselves, because somebody can come around me and say anything about saggy breasts, long titties. It ain't gonna make me feel it ain't gonna make me feel no type of way, because I don't give a damn. Like, I know it is what it is. I breastfeed, my breast long, and that is what it is.
I understand.
So if you coming over here saying I hate people with long breasts, it ain't gonna make me feel no type of way. But back in the day, before I was sure of myself, somebody was doing my makeup and they said, I hate when people be having bumps on their face. I hate acne. And it made me feel some type of way. But if that person said it today, I ain't gonna lie, I might still feel some type of way because my skin is different.
But look at
I'm
the delivery of that.
About my
I hate bumps. I hate when people have bumps, and then you have bumps and you doing my makeup. Are you talking about me? It just, you have, The delivery.
The delivery.
The delivery.
And there's a time and place.
Yeah.
Be
Read the room.
compassionate. Just be compassionate.
I used to hate
for
when people used to be like, especially like with me modeling, people used to be like, you need to gain weight, you too small. But I'm like, I always looked at it as because I'm tall and my father is slim.
But you a model, don't you supposed to be thin?
But
I agree. I don't like that. It's as a small person, if I
it's annoying.
on the fact that you big,
You gonna be mad.
how do you know I'm not trying to do something? How do you know I don't feel some type of way about it?
And most of the people from my experience that have said that they wanted to lose weight, and they be like,
Oh, so they was projecting.
Yeah,
They wanted your body.
exactly, because like after I tell people I want to gain weight, after they say what they say, they be like, well, actually, you're actually fine. People kill to be your size. People want your waist size.
So why you talking about? But that's why they talking about it, because they project and
Exactly.
they want it.
And that's exactly what it be.
Yeah. So
And
back
what's so
to,
crazy is I got it from women. I never got it from no man.
so back to what Mer said, we all have to be confident because sometimes people project. They will project their insecurities
On you.
on you.
And you gotta be able to like stand. You gotta be able to stand tall in that, because it's real. It is really real. When I was pregnant, I had somebody tell me, "You keeping it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Oh, if I was pregnant again, I wouldn't keep it. But listen, I had a talk with my friend, and I let her know, like, I feel like you're projecting your energy on me.
That's what it is.
But some people are unaware of it, and that's why she didn't mean any harm by it. She just telling me like what she feel because she had a bad delivery experience. But for me, this is my first time being pregnant. I'm like, hold up, why would you even tell me that I'm pregnant? I'm happy about keeping my baby.
But I don't like when people always be like, oh, if I was you.
But people,
Not me.
But people are unaware of it sometimes. We grew up a certain type of way. We not used to, and when I say we, I mean us black people, we are not used to complimenting each other and giving each other the good advice. We used to nagging to each other, complaining about stuff. We used to projecting our feelings onto others because we got it from parents, we got it from grandparents, we got it from, it's just
Our
a long line of things. Our community.
It was a condition.
It's a condition. So sometimes people are totally unaware of when they're projecting on you. So you gotta find confidence within yourself, because again, like, it's hard to feel some type of way about what somebody say if you sure of yourself.
Oh, definitely. Like, people tell me all the time, like, even when I be walking down the street, people be like, I can tell you, I love
You always walking down the damn street.
I'm a city boy, so it's like,
You always say, hey, I was walking down the street, he talking something to me.
I mean, but it's real, because like,
I get it. You always on that strip.
What? I don't know nobody's strip.
So, like, for real though, like, what advice could you give
to younger you?
Yes.
Younger
you
and the younger generation.
And the younger generation that
Younger burn.
looking up to you.
I would say, what advice I would say is to be 100% honest with yourself, love yourself. And me now, there's nothing wrong with being vulnerable.
Thank you.
Like if you, and I have cried a lot this year, like a lot, because I'm usually like, I'm the rock for everyone else, but it's like this year has been shitty for me, so I had a lot of sit down time and to reflect and cry, let it all out. Like, why keep it in? And like, how, as black men, it's like we're raised, don't cry, that's soft, that's sensitive, like, check your emotions. No, you're gonna be like mentally like fucked up. Like, if you wanna cry, fucking cry.
Exactly.
Cause once you get that lump in your throat, that frog, when you trying to hold, it hurts so bad.
My throat always hurt when I try to hold that.
It hurts so bad. It's okay to let it out, cause like once you let it out, and for me this year has been a year of release. So it's like, it's okay to let it go. It's okay to let it out. If you need to cry, let it out. Cause it's gonna happen in a good way or a bad way. Cause if you hold it in, I feel like you're gonna be on defense mode, and like you're gonna act out differently.
You're gonna be mean.
And you're gonna be feeling some type of way. Now, so I'm very like, Everyone that I meet, I give hugs. I don't care if like we just met each other at the bar. We're like, hey, you cool? Let's exchange numbers. I'm gonna give you a hug. Like and that's why people love me because like I'm very like jovial, outgoing. I just show love to people, and you get the same thing back, and it feels so fucking good.
Yeah, don't stop being that person.
Like,
we need more
so
people
good.
like that in the world. They just give hugs just because, like, people be needing hugs.
And I not go out by myself, and like people just be like, "It's something about your light that's like there, like you have it, like you are light." That makes me feel so good as a person. Mm-hmm. Like. One of the things I always say...
So be kind to others.
Yeah, like, and I always say that love. I'm kind, I'm not nice. Because when you're nice, you get ran over. I'm kind because, like, I have a good heart.
I like that.
When people see that, they gravitate towards that. And it's like, that's one of... You know, like, some people be like, when did you want to be remembered as when you die? Some people say, oh, this famous doctor or this famous lawyer. I want to be remembered as a good person. Yeah. That spread positive energy.
Mm-hmm. I just want to help everybody. I want to help you.
I got some.
I got some gems too when you finish your gems.
Yeah, let me. Because this has been like a turning year for me too. And I said it when it first began, like 2024 was going to be a year that changed my life. And halfway through this year, like I'm getting teary-eyed already, but halfway through this year, it already showed me like how rough it can get, but how I can keep going. Like nothing can stop me. Like I thought when I gave birth to my daughter, pushing her out with the medicine, not feeling the medicine or anything, like that was the toughest thing that I had to do in my life. And after I did that, I said, I can do anything. If I can do this, because that took, it almost took the breath out of my body to push her out. I was to the brink, like, I can't do this. And I did it, like gave it one last push. So I used that as my stomping ground, like as my foundation to know that I can get through anything that comes my way. And this year, I just been having so much faith in God. I've never had so much faith in God before. Like I'm a new believer. I always say the universe, I believe in something higher. But this year has been a year when I've been calling on God, praying for God, hitting my knees, and like having faith in God. And although it has been one of the toughest years, it has been the biggest blessing. And it's not even over yet. It's almost over, but it has been the biggest blessing. And it's changed my life forever. And I just know that I'm going to be okay.
Yeah, 2025.
And also, 2025 is going to be lit up. But also, I've been more vulnerable than I ever been, and I've been sharing some things on this platform that I never thought that I'd even talk about because I'm such a prideful person. And my pride has been in my way because my pride doesn't show my light. It doesn't show the inside of me because it shields me from really showing the best part of me. So I'm so proud of myself for just speaking my truth, being comfortable in my skin. Oh my God, being comfortable in my skin. I haven't been comfortable in my skin in a long time. Like even some summers I hide my belly. I don't wear crop tops. 2025 I'm wearing crop tops, baby. I'm wearing my shorts, all that. I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm a confident woman and like I feel it. I feel my confidence.
That's good.
And when it's crazy that you have to hit the very bottom to feel so high. I feel like the highest I've ever felt. Like I know like it's
I think that's of it.
And that I feel like that comes to my thing because I'm a dark person and I always been a dark person and I appreciate darkness more than light. But I feel like you cannot see in the light if you don't know what darkness look like.
Yeah.
So
the pastor just said that.
For real? Oh my God! Preach, man. You cannot know what darkness. You cannot know what light look like without darkness. Everything in the world have to coexist. You have to have experience bad to know what good is.
Exactly.
You gotta know hate to know what love is. You cannot know one without the other.
Exactly.
So I encourage people to embrace it all. 2024 though. Let me tell y'all something. I thought I was a tough girl until 2024. 2018, I'm going to say from 2018 all the way to now, I thought I was a tough girl. But these past years been showing me otherwise. And I like it, though, because I'm learning my soul. You cannot, your physical ain't got shit on your soul, man. In 2025, I don't want to see no pretty, ugly people. I'm pushing everybody to be pretty. Don't be a pretty, ugly person. And when I say that, I mean you pretty on the outside, but your inside is effed up.
Yes.
Work on the inner you. Make peace with all your obstacles that you had to overcome. Make peace with all of your darkness that's inside. Make peace with everything that you've endured in life, because it's making you who you are. God been my best friend this year, because I'm telling y'all, this year I learned that God don't play about me. And sometimes I really be talking to God. No, seriously. I get on my knees and I pray, but I talk to God. When I'm having a day, I be like, God, I know you didn't just do that. I'm telling you, God, I know you didn't just do that like that to me like that. But I trust you, because anytime you do me like that, you come back big after that. Like you come back great. You come back strong. When I'm telling God, I know you ain't do that to me, really, it's not God that's doing this to us. It's the devil trying to step in the way of everything that God had for us. But the devil don't get none of my attention. I give it all to God. I give all my struggles and my troubles to God. So when I need to vent about something bad that's going on with me, I talk to God about that. The devil gets no play up in here. And that's my advice. That's my gem. The devil gets no play in your life. When you get a devil too much play, the devil keep working. Exactly. Only God can stop the devil. We not powerful enough. We don't have enough force. No. We too little to stop the devil. But God got us, and that is all I got to say.
Yeah.
And with that being said, do everything with love, with class, and with peace, pretty girls.